We're going to focus in on graphs, relationships between x and y. Most of these I think are going to be functions. Not all of them, but most of them are functions. What's the easy way to find out from a graph whether it's a function or not? With your pencil, exactly. Vertical line test, okay? Not that we're worried about it or not, but we are now going to look at what is the domain of this function and what is the range. Domain, I'm going to start on the left side and work my way to the right side. Okay. It's all the x's I'm using to make this graph. The range, I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way to the top. It is the y values that are getting used to make this graph. Okay. So, let's start here. Domain. So I'm going to start on the left. And I'm going to go till I hit something. I hit something right there. That's a solid dot at x equals -8. So that means I'm going to start at -8, and it's going to include it. Going to include -8. So that's one of the x's I've got. If I keep going on this graph, I keep hitting something, keep hitting something, keep hitting something until I get to an open dot at -4. Okay? So I got to stop at -4 and have an open dot. So that's one chunk from here to there, xy's, that I've used so far. Well, I pick up again just on the other side of -4, so that's another open dot. So that's going to be starting on the left side at -4. Then it's going to keep going. As I keep going to the right, then I hit an arrow on the right. If I hit an arrow on the right, going all the way to the right, yes, that's going that way, but it's really going also all the way to the right, and that's going to be positive infinity. And you're never going to get there. Okay? Arrows on the right are positive infinity. And here's the big key. Positive infinity, when you write it, will always be on the right. Negative infinity will always be on the left. So, just kind of a little helpful hint. Positive infinity, always right. Negative infinity, always on the left. If you're thinking about writing it in a wrong spot, you're there. You'll understand why as we mess with the range and these arrows where they're going to go. It's going to mess you up a little bit. Okay. So there's the domain of this function. I'm using x's from -8 to -4, not including the -4, and then all the way to positive infinity. So I'm using all of those x's to make this graph. That's what can go into my machine. Everything else doesn't go into my machine. Okay. Now I'm going to do the range. The range is going to start on the bottom. We're going to start on the bottom. And now instead of going this way, I'm going to start here. I'm going to go till I hit something. First thing I hit is that solid dot again, which is at the 10, or no, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, -10. Got to watch the scales. They mess around a little bit. I almost didn't see it on there too. So it's starting at -10. Does it include it? Yep. So it's got a -10 like that. Then I keep going all the way up. Now, sometimes I'm in a couple different places, but I'm going to keep going all the way up as much as I can until maybe I get some issues. I'm keep going up It's graphing it a lot, but there's a
One.
open dot right there, isn't there? So I probably, and that's at 4. So I put it up there, and then it also then picks up again at 4 and goes all the way. Doesn't go any higher there, but over here it does, doesn't it? Goes all the way up to infinity. Now, here's something kind of weird. Did I actually use 4?
No.
I didn't there, but it actually did on the other side. So really, the range of this thing, 4 works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. But for us, when we want to do the range, and I'm probably okay with this for now, but really I could just get rid of all of this, and that takes that all the way to positive infinity. Because we actually did use 4 at some point. So that has to get in the description. So the range, like I said, is always going to be a little trickier because of the weirdness that can happen. There you go. That's a good example. Now I'm going to head to the green sheet, and we're going to do the green sheet stuff for all 6 functions. So grab your green sheet, and we're going to write a couple things down for domain and range on it.